honestly, I walked up a goddamn mountain yesterday. Oh my god, I'm spilling this everywhere. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I'm super excited to be refilming this video. I'm going to be talking about the YSL All Hours foundation. I actually did a first impression on this. I filmed the whole thing. I wasn't obsessed, first of all, with how the video came out. Over the next few days, my feelings on this foundation changed a lot. Let's be honest, does anyone really know how they actually feel about a product the first time they use it? You can be having an amazing makeup day. You can be having an awful makeup day. You can use that product again the next day and love it. Like, some days I'll use the same product 2 days in a row and have a completely different reaction to it. So that's what I found with this foundation. So the first time I applied it, I was really in love with it. Now, there's a few things I like about this foundation and a few things I don't, which I will get into in this video. I want to start off by talking about what I love in a foundation and what I don't, my skin type and all that, so you can kind of know what we're working with here. I have dry skin. Combo in the summer, it is so dry in the winter, but in the winter I do like a more full coverage foundation. My all-time holy grail foundation is the Milani 2-in-1 Conceal and Perfect foundation. I have told you time and time again that I prefer mixing that foundation with an oil, and I am all about glowy skin, so that's the first thing. I don't like matte foundation. A lot of people are comparing this to the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation, and to be honest, I don't like that foundation. When I put it on, it feels like a mask. I don't love the finish of it. I just have never loved that foundation. I've mixed it with oils. It makes me break out. I don't like that foundation. I've tried it and tried it again. So when people were comparing this to that, I got a little bit scared. Let's get into some details about this foundation. It has 4 stars on the Sephora website. It has 36 Sephora Canada website. It says that it is full coverage, it's good for sensitive, normal, dry combination and oily skin, so it's good for everyone, and it says it's matte. This retails for $65. You get just less than an ounce. You get 0.84 fluid ounces. So on the actual YSL website, the shades, there's a lot. It ranges from B10, which is the lightest, to B90. I believe those are the lightest and the darkest. That's what it says on the website. At my Sephora and on Sephora, the darkest shade is BD50 Warm Honey. I am BD50 in the Touche Eclat foundation, so I thought this was going to be a perfect match for me. Now, it is not. It does oxidize slightly, but it is way lighter, and when I came back from Greece, I was really tan. When I fake tan, I get really dark. This was not dark enough for me. Now, I'm not mad at that because in the winter months, I am lighter. I am probably the darkest I will be naturally, but in the winter, there's no doubt that this will actually become dark on me, but for right now, it is a little bit light. Like I said, I got BD50. B, BR, and BD, they all have different undertones. So when it says BR, it has pink undertones. When it has B, it's kind of neutral. And when it says BD, it's golden undertones. Now, let's talk about how I actually wear this foundation, my thoughts on this foundation, and all of that. So I did notice it was a little bit powdery on my face. And the next day when I used it again, really quickly, I just threw it on my face. It was powdery. I'm not saying that this is overly powdery. I'm just saying that it is a little bit more powdery than I would like. The thing I did notice though is that it lasted all day. Once it's on your face, it's not going anywhere. It's lasting all day. And when I mean it's lasting all day, like yesterday I was at university downtown. I took a bus. I took 2 metros. I took 2 metros home. I took a train. It was hot. I walked up a goddamn mountain yesterday. Don't ask. My classes are all over the place. Foundation is something that I've always had an issue staying on my face. This one is glued to my face. Now this foundation is waterproof, it's sweat proof, it's meant to stay on your face for 24 goddamn hours. That is an all-time perk, and I have to say this is one of the most long wearing foundations I have ever worn in my entire life. So what I started doing is, like I do with my Milani foundation, I started mixing this with just a drop of oil. So I take about 1.5 pumps and I mix it with 1 drop of oil. I use the Josie Maran light oil, and it solved that problem. So that is my personal favorite way to wear this foundation and still just last as long. If you have really oily skin, you will not need to do that. You will absolutely love this foundation. I applied this side with a beauty blender, this side with a brush. The brush I used was this Crown Cosmetics brush, like this. I don't know. I don't like buffing this foundation in. I like dragging this foundation, like painting this foundation. This brush is amazing. I cream contoured, I put concealer on, I baked with this. Now, the first time I used this foundation, I noticed that I looked like I had makeup on. Obviously, the perk of it being very, let's say, matte, very dry, is that it did control my oils like no other foundation has. By the end of the day, in the summer, even in the winter sometimes, I can get a little bit shiny here, and down the bridge of my nose, sometimes on my chin. Depends what I'm doing. If I'm sweating, this foundation kept that in check. When I was washing my face, this looked exactly like how it looked when I had just put it on, and that is what really, really blew my mind. But this foundation, you don't feel it on your face, and that's a big difference between this and the Estee Lauder foundation. Obviously, I know I have makeup on, but it's not something that I feel like my face is being weighed down. This one feels weightless. That is my thoughts on this. I absolutely love this foundation. I think it does live up to the hype. If you don't want to go out and splurge on this foundation, you can always go and get a sample at Sephora, and you can try out different ways that you like wearing this, but I personally think it's worth it. This will definitely be my go-to foundation in the upcoming winter months. I hope that helped you guys. As always, leave all of your comments, questions, requests down below, and I'll be sure to get to them. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!